Okay, and we're recording there. So we're going to start in standing. Let me just spotlight that actually. And take my socks off. Okay. So just for the purpose of the recording, what we need for our class there this morning is the mat, bottle of water, neck cushion. We'll also be using it in between our knees for some bridging, and our MiniBand. Okay, and this is a class of legs. Okay, so we'll start just to set everything up. We're going to start with our feet together, turning our feet out 10 to 2, bringing our heels up and bringing them out. So standing with our feet in parallel. Okay, give the toes a little wiggle. Give the heels a little wiggle. And we're going to soften our knee joints. So we're starting to create some activity in our thigh muscles already. Okay, we pop our hands on our hips. We're going to tilt the pelvis forwards and backwards. And just try and see, can you get a nice rocking motion in the pelvis? Try and figure out, maybe you have beautiful range of movement in both directions. But if you feel that you don't, just pay a little bit of extra attention to the direction that you find is a bit stiffer or just a bit harder to do, even harder to make that movement happen. Forwards and backwards. We're going to find our mid position here, halfway between forwards and backwards. Okay, we're going to walk our fingers up to our ribs. Take a nice breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in and blowing out. Breathing in one more time. Blowing out. Resting our arms down by our sides. Let's lift our breastbone up a little bit. Drop our shoulders down away from our ears. And we're lengthening up through the back of our neck. Tuck our chin in a little bit. So it's like a double chin movement. Okay, holding there. Take a nice breath in. Blowing out to hold. Lengthening our body up towards the sky. Imagine there's a little ribbon from the top of your head up towards the sky. Bringing the upper body up. Keeping the knees nice and soft. Breathing in. And blowing out, we're just going to side bend ear to shoulder. We're facing forwards. Okay. Our head is forwards. We're not turning our head. We're just doing a pretty pure side bend, ear to shoulder tip. We can work our fingertips down towards our feet. Just to anchor the shoulders down and just get a nice little stretch, nice little relief down through the side of your neck and into the top of your shoulder. That muscle that we all hold our tension in. Lovely. Back to center. Just a little reset. Lengthen the neck, tuck your chin in, send the crown of your head up towards the sky. Knees are slightly bent. We're just going to turn to look over our shoulder and thinking here about the chin is creating the movement. So we're turning our chin around to the shoulder and around to the other side. And just do one more each way. Breathing normally. Coming back to center, we're bringing our chin to our chest. And we're looking up to the ceiling. And forwards. And backwards. And forwards one more time. And backwards one more time. We're coming back to center, a little reset. Lengthening the back of our neck. Tuck the chin in. We're side bending one more time. We're going to do our yeses and our nos. So yeses, we stay in the side bend. We're bringing our chin to our chest and we're looking back up to the ceiling. So we stay in the side bend the whole time. There's no twisting or turning. We're just nodding forwards and we're tipping backwards. We'll do 5 of these. And that just really gets in there, into that shoulder area where the neck meets the body. Okay, back to center. We're staying in our side bend. We're going to look up to the ceiling and we're going to look down to the floor. Our nose, our yeses and our nose. This is getting into the very upper part of the neck, just right underneath our head. We're just mobilizing this. I also think this is like having an hour of physio when you do these movements. Really loosens out the neck joints. Okay, now we're coming out of the turn. We are now going to come out of the side bend. Okay, just do a little reset, grow tall in your body, lengthen your neck, tuck your chin in. We're into our second side here. Try and work the fingertips of the opposite arm down to the floor. Keep your chin tucked in, and we'll do our yeses. Chin to chest, and look up to the ceiling. Breathing normally. Not forcing the neck. Just moving in your comfort limits, wherever that is. Last backwards movement. We're coming back to our center. We're staying in the side bend, but we're just not forwards or backwards now. We're going to look up to the ceiling and down to the floor. And this is where you can often pick up on your little asymmetries. So if one part, one side is a lot tighter than the other, this can be quite revealing. Okay. We'll do three more pairs. Coming out of the side turn, coming out of the side bend, and we're going to roll our shoulders up and back. Nice and slowly. Nice big juicy circles. Okay, we can bring our elbows into it a little bit. And we can bring our arms into it. Big circles towards your ears and out and back. Two more. Lovely. We'll take a nice breath in with an arm raise, breathing and shoulders down. And blowing out. Breathing in, shoulders down. And blowing out. One more time, breathing in. One more time, blowing out. We're going to do the same with a forwards and backwards arm raise. So breathing in. Blowing out. Big stretch in each direction. Breathing in. Blowing out. Our elbows are fairly straight. One more time, breathing in. One more time, blowing out, reaching back. And we're just going to put our hands behind our head. We're breathing in here. Soften the knees a little bit extra. We're blowing out just to turn the upper body. So we're going to have our two headlamps on the front of our hips facing forwards, okay? So we're going to keep them there. And it's just the rib cage and chest and shoulders and head that turn. Breathing in to stay in the twist. And blowing out to come back to the center. Breathing in here. Blowing out to turn to the other side. Breathing in here. Blowing out to come back to center. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. And blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. And blowing out. Breathing in again. Blowing out for a side bend. Stretching out the side of the body. Breathing in. And blowing out to come back up again. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. And blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Last one. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. And blowing out. Come back up to let the arms rest down. Well done, just roll the shoulders back a few times. Well done all. Okay, so we're into our little bit of leg strengthening here. We will start with our calf raises. So we'll start with our feet together. Okay, we're going to turn our feet out 10 to 2. Bring our heels up and bring them out. So standing with our feet in parallel. We're going to do our calf series here. Okay, so we've got our hands on our hips. And we're just going to come up and down on tippy toes a little bit. Wake up the calf muscles. Okay. So we're really connecting into the floor with our 2 big toes. Really feeling our 2 big toes on the floor. Okay. In other words, we're trying not to flick out on our ankles. And to keep that very stable. Okay, we'll do 3 more. Okay, we're going to come up again, stay up. Take a balance. Okay, take a balance, take a balance. We're going to bend our knees. So we're coming down into a little mini dip, sliding our back down the imaginary wall, nice and slowly. Holding here, take a balance. We're going to drop our heels and straighten back up again. Okay, up again, take a balance. Try and have that connection here. Okay, this is why this is so important. Okay, have the connection with your lower ribs. We've been working on this into the tummy. So in other words, you're tipping forwards ever so slightly with the body. We're going to bend our knees. So we're sliding our back down the imaginary wall, keeping our knees away from each other if we can. Our heels are up in the air. So we're on the balls of our feet, holding here. Balance, balance, balance. Let the heels drop down and we're pushing. And again, we're up. Take a balance. Bending the knees, sliding down the imaginary wall. Keeping our ankles nice and level. So we're on our 2 big toes. We're trying not to flick our ankles out. Holding for a balance here. But then as deep as you can manage. Press the heels down and push back up again. Give the legs a little shake. We're going to do that in reverse. We're going to bend our knees. So we're doing our little mini dip to start with. Rising our heels. Hold, hold, hold. Pushing up. Squeeze the bum. Take a balance. Rest our heels back down again. We're going to bend our knees. Keep our knees away from each other as we slide down the imaginary wall. Holding here. Rising the heels up. And holding, holding, holding. Pushing up into a balance. Squeeze the bum. Resting the heels back down again. We're going to do 1 more like this. Bend the knees. We're not sticking our bum out at all. We're just sliding down the wall. Rise your heels. Pushing up into a balance. And resting down. We're going to give the legs a little shake. We're going to stay with that movement just for 1 more round. But we'll do it a little bit quicker. Okay? So we'll generate a bit of power here. Okay, so we're coming up on tiptoes, we're bending our knees, we're dropping our heels, and we're pushing up, squeeze the bum. Up, bend, drop, and up, squeeze the bum. Up, bend, drop, and up. 1 more time. Up, bend, drop, and up. Bend, up, push, 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 push. Lower the heels. Bend the knees. Rise the heels. Push up, squeeze the bum, lower down. Bend the knees. Rise the heels. Push up and lower down. Final, give the legs a shake. Well done. We're going to stay standing, but that's our calf work done, okay? So we're going to be working on our squats next. So we're going to do our steered squat, which is a bit similar to what we've just done, except we go a little bit wider with the feet. not like plie wide, okay? Just a little bit wider than hip width. We can have our hands on our hips. And what we're going to do, we are going to stick our bum out now, okay? So it's like you're going to sit down, stick your bum backwards, like you're trying to sit down on a low stool. We bend our knees, and then we come up, push through our legs, and squeeze our bum, okay? So down we go. You're going down as deep as you can manage, that you can come back up again. Now, I've worn this on purpose. You should always be able to read what's on my t-shirt. So I don't want to kind of collapse down. So keep your chest up so that if there was writing on the front of your top, somebody could read it. Okay, we're sticking our bum back, but we're not going to collapse our body. Squeeze. And again. A little bit of breathing required with this, all right. I would breathe in on the way down and push out on the way up. Squeeze. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one, we're going to stay down. We're blowing out for 10 little pulses. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Push. Squeeze. Give the legs a little shake. We're going to go down one more time and stay down for a little hold. So we're down here. We're going to take a nice breath in. And in. And out. One more time in. And blow out to push through your legs. Give your legs a little shake. Well done. I'm going to stay standing. Just finish the sequence off with some lunges. You're going to clear the deck here. If there's anything on your mat, just move it. Okay. We're doing side lunges. So we're standing in the middle of our mat here, hand on our waist. We're just going to step out and come back. Nothing else, just a little step out. We're not even bending that knee or anything yet. We'll just stay on the one leg. Okay. And we're just going to keep moving for a little bit here, okay? Now, we'll stay on the same leg. We're going to add a little knee bend. So we lunge out and we're going to bend that knee. Push back. As you know with the lunge, the push back is really important. You're trying to get that little bit of a spring into it, okay? So when we head into these winter months, we do more movement. We need it. We need to move during the winter. And we're indoors and we can get a nice little workout done, okay? That's really nice. So we're just lunging, we're stretching that inner thigh there, okay? We can have a little hand movement now. So the opposite hand of the knee that's bending can touch the floor in front of your foot. Okay, see that? And come back in, same side. This arm is kind of a spare arm, so I just tend to put it behind. Lovely, we'll do 5 more of these. You can go as wide as you like. Stay on your mat, but go as wide as you like. Okay. Last one, and we're going to keep moving. We're just going to change feet, just step out, okay? Stepping out, nothing else, and back in again. Not bending the knee or anything yet. We'll start bending the knee now, okay? Just bending onto that knee, pushing back. Going out a little bit wider if we can, pushing back again. We're trying to keep our body facing forwards. So we're trying not to turn our bodies. Just think about the writing on your t-shirt, okay? Right, to make it a little bit bigger. Well done, 3 more, we'll add in the arm. Nice stretch on the inner thigh of the straight leg. Okay, we're adding the hand in now. So the opposite hand is going to touch the floor in front. Okay. We're going to do 4 more of these. 4. And then we're going to keep going. We're going to alternate legs. Same movement. 2 and 1. We're alternating. Right, left, right, left. Now, in between the alternate, come up, go down. We're not going to stay down. Come up, go down, okay? We're doing 5 pairs here, 5 more pairs. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last pair like this, and we're actually going to keep going and just add a little hop change. So it goes like this, so a little hop, okay, little hop change, touch the floor. We're doing 5 pairs here. 1 and 2. Trying to come up in between each one. 3 and 4 and 5. Lovely. Just keep your legs moving. Have a drink of water, but don't stop moving, okay? Keep the circulation going to your legs. We won't stop all of a sudden. Maybe do a little hamstring curl. Even just a kind of a very low level one. Just to keep the legs moving while you're getting the heart rate back down again. Well done all. Just change to a high knee. Change to a side tap. And keep your body fairly stable. Roughly 3, 2, 1. Well done. Just shake out your legs. So we're going to go to the end of our mat here. We don't need anything for this next sequence here. We're going to do our spinal roll downs. We're going to do spinal roll downs, roll back up again. To do some work on the spine. We roll down again, and we're going to be sitting and doing some work for our thighs, okay? Very important muscles. So we're going to stand at the end of our mat here, feet hip width apart. Just watch your posture. Just find your pelvic neutral, okay? Our hands on the fronts of our thighs here. Taking a nice breath in again. Blowing out, we're bringing our chin to our chest. We're going to slide our fingertips down to the fronts of our knees, okay? Fronts of our knees. We're holding here. Feel where you're tight, if you're tight anywhere. Taking a nice breath in to where you're tight. Blowing out, you're going a little bit further down to mid-shins. Holding here, breathing in. Blowing out, go a little bit further down to lower shins. Breathing in here. Blowing out to really let go down into the movement. So this is different for everyone. You're keeping your knees straight. You're keeping your chin on your chest. And you're just playing a little bit with the tension in through the backs of your legs. Straightening out through your knees. Really trying to lengthen the backs of your legs. Holding here, take a nice breath in. Blowing out to deepen your stretch. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen. Breathing in. Blowing out, we're coming up. We're going to slide our fingers up the fronts of our shins, keeping our knees straight and our chin on our chest. We're on our kneecaps now with our fingers, and our fingertips are continuing to slide up through the fronts of our thighs, chin on chest. We're at the middle thighs, just give you an idea of speed. We're at the upper thighs. We're pulling our bum right under us, and we're going to lift our chin off our chest and roll our shoulders back. Okay? We're going to go down one more time, but we're going to be staying down, okay? So we're taking a nice breath in here to prepare, with our hands on the fronts of our thighs. Blowing out chin to chest and down we go. So we're going all the way down this time because we know where we want to be. We've already done it. We're going to stay hanging forwards over our leg. Our knees are straight, our chin is on our chest. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen. Breathing in. Blowing out. We're just going to gently bend our knees. We're not walking out into a plank or anything. And we're going to come into long sitting. So long sitting, we're sitting on the floor, but we have our two legs out in front like so. Okay? We're going to pop our two hands behind us to support us. Alright? As I said, we're going to be working on these muscles here in the front of the thighs. These are quite difficult exercises, to be honest with you. We're going to get through them anyway. They're small movements, but you know you were doing them. They're very strengthening. So we're going to sit tall, lift your chest up. So even if you're leaning right back, try and lift your chest up. Okay, so we're not collapsing down into this movement. Our chest is up. We're looking at our right leg. We're going to flex our right foot towards our face here. And we're going to tighten the muscles on the front of our thigh, our right thigh. So we're pressing the back of our right knee down into the mat. Okay? If you've got hypermobile knees, you might be tempted to lift your heel, but don't do that. Keep your heel on the mat. Flex your ankle towards your face, and you're just pressing your knee down into the mat. This is called a static quadricep. Okay? You squeeze for a couple of seconds and release it. It just means we're waking up the muscle on the front of our thigh. And once we have it, we're going to push down and squeeze. Keep our ankle flexed. We're going to lift our heel just a couple of inches and then lower it back down again. Relax the muscle, but keep the ankle on flex. Flex the ankle, press the back of your knee down, squeeze the muscle, and lift, 2, 3, and lower. And lift, 2, 3, and lower. We're doing 3 more. Keep the chest lifted, lift, 2, 3, and lower. 2 more, lift, 2, 3, and lower. 1 more time, lifting up, 2, 3, and lower. We're going to come back to that in a minute. Left leg, flexing your ankle towards your face, tightening the thigh muscle, pressing the back of your knee down into the mat, and relax. And repeat, and relax. So when you're looking at your kneecap, you should see your kneecap gliding up towards you. You should see it being pulled up towards you, up towards your tummy, okay? That's when the muscle is working well. And it should be gliding just kind of straight up through the center. If you're looking at your kneecap and it's going off to the side, will you let me know? Email me, let me know, because that's not great. But in some cases, many cases, we can strengthen that, okay? So we're going to pull the ankle towards the face, push your knee down into the mat, tighten the muscle, and we're just going to lift, 2, 3, and lower. Keep your chest lifted, shoulders down, lift, 2, 3, and lower. And again, lift, 2, 3, and lower. And again, lift, 2, 3, and lower. We're doing 2 more. Lift, 2, 3, and lower. And 1 more time, lift, 2, 3, and lower. If you want to take a little break for your arms and shoulders, you can. You can bring the soles of your feet together and just give your hips a little opening out and just get the pressure off your wrists, and because your shoulders were back like that, you could actually do a few little little arm raises, just to give the shoulders a bit of welcome relief, okay? Lovely, and then we're going to go back into it again. So we're back. It doesn't actually matter where your fingers are pointing, so you can point them out or kind of diagonal or fully back, whatever's most comfortable for you, and your elbows as well. Okay, that's most comfortable for you. We're back to our right leg. We're flexing our foot towards our face. We're tightening the muscles on the front of our thigh, and we're going to lift our leg in the air. We're doing 5 circles of our leg. So keep the ankle flexed up. We go one direction. 1, 2, 3. Keep your chest lifted. 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2. We're thinking about our heel drawing the circle really. 3, 4, 5. Lower down, give it a little shake. Chest lifted. Tightening the thigh of the left leg. Flex your ankle towards your face. And then raise your heel about 3 inches off the floor. And circling. 1. About the size of a tennis ball. 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And lower down. We keep our hands where they are. We're going to bend up our 2 knees. We're bending our feet really wide. And we're going to drop our knees over to one side. We've done this before. We have our knee level with the sole of our other foot. So we're like so. And then we lift our 2 knees up. We're not moving our feet. We keep our feet where they are. And what we're doing is we're getting all the movement from the hip joint. Okay, just give the hips a little stretch out while we're here. If you're very familiar with this movement and you don't mind it too much, you're going to walk your fingertips towards your bum and just do it in a slightly more forward position. That really brings a lot more emphasis into the hip joint. And then no hands if you are happy to do that. Just meet yourself where you're at with something like this. It can become a little spinal twist as well, so if we drop around, we can kind of look behind us, see what's going on. Okay, and then we come back, drop around to the other side, do a little spinal twist, look behind us, and swap. And swap. Lovely, we'll just do one more each way. Lovely, brilliant. Have a drink of water. I've been saying it all my classes this week. It's not that you need to drink a glass of water because you're puffing and panting, but this is all about a little bit of an hour for yourself. So we are a captive audience right now. We can use the hour to breathe, stretch, strengthen, and get our water into us as well. Okay, so we are going to make our way into lying on our back. Oh yeah, so we're bridging. Now actually I was originally going to do this with the cushion in between the knees, but actually we haven't done bridging with the MiniBand in ages. So I think it'd be no harm to do it with the MiniBand today. We're just going to slide the MiniBand up along one shin and then put our other leg in as well. So the MiniBand will be around the outsides of our lower thighs. Now, if for any reason you don't want to put the MiniBand there, say if you have a vein or a tender spot or anything like that, you don't worry about that. You don't have to. Find a comfortable spot, and if there isn't one, you could put something between your knees instead. It'll be fine because we're actually going to work the muscles that we're working. We'll be working them again in a little while in another way. Okay. So just go with what's actually going to work for you because we're going to be here for a little while with the bridging. Okay. So we're lying on our back with our knees bent up and our feet flat. Pilates position basically in line with ourselves and in line with our mat as well. We're separating our knees and we're separating our feet. Okay, so we've got a hip width between our feet and our knees. Our knees are at about 90-degree angle. So I need to move my feet out a bit. See that there? Don't have your heels too close to your bum. You do have the knees hip width apart. There's a bit of tension there already because we're pulling on the band a little bit to achieve that. And just check that your feet are parallel to each other as well. We'll rest our hands down by our side. So we're working already. We're going to just work on the pelvic tilt. And let it go. So we're keeping that tension on the mini band the whole time. Flatten and relax. And flatten. And relax. And flatten. And relax. And flatten. So done. We're going to flatten and lift, okay? So we're flattening. We're going to rise our hips in the air. Squeeze the bum. And rising up. So we've a little bit of pull on the band the whole time, pushing our knees away from each other to keep that tension on the band. And we squeeze our bum and rise it up to the sky. We're going to keep that squeeze on the bum as we lower our hips back down to the floor. And relax. So we're flattening and lifting, squeeze the bum, hold it up, keep the squeeze on as we lower back down again. We're just going to use our elbows on the floor now, put our hands on our tummy, flatten and lift, squeeze, 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 and then lowering back down again. Okay, flatten and lift. Really driving the two hips up towards the sky, using our glutes here. Just check that you've got both of them switched on equally. So squeeze your right bum, squeeze your left bum. There's always one that's a bit more sluggish than the other. Coming back down again. We're going to fold our arms across our chest. So we're pulling out on the band. We're going to flatten our back and we're driving our bum up to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Lovely. Squeeze and lift. And keep the squeeze on as we lower our back to the floor. And just relaxing the bum muscles when we absolutely have to. Okay. Little pull on the band. Flatten and lift, 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 lift. Holding here. Can we do some toe taps here? Now, if you need to, for stability, if you need to put your hands back down on the floor, you can, obviously. Okay, just see how you feel. Do the toe taps with no hand support. Lower down. Keep the squeeze on the bum as we lower, 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 lower. Well done. So we're going to just keep everything where it is. We're just going to hug our knees to our chest. And just do a little hedgehog roll, recovering or rocking from side to side. So we're going to stick with the bridging for a little while because obviously it's a great way to strengthen the legs. There's a lot going on. We'll do some hedgehog circles. Just breathing normally at the moment and change direction with your circles. We're coming back down into our Pilates resting position, knees at 90, knees apart, feet parallel. We'll have our elbows on the floor now, okay? We're going to pull on the band, flatten the back, and drive our hips in the air. We're going to work the heel lifts, which are a little bit more awkward, okay? Just see how you go. And if you need to put your hands down, then you can put your hands down. If you feel that you're okay, you can fold your arms, You're trying to keep your two headlamps level here on the fronts of the hips, okay? Shining those two beams of light up towards the sky. Okay. 4. Keep the bum lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Relax the heels. Keep the bum lifted. Okay, we're going to keep a clench on the bum as we lower back down again. Only relaxing our glutes when we absolutely have to. Well done. Okay, we're going to place our hands down now. We're flattening and we're lifting. We're going to do our knee extension. So we'll do 5 on the left leg first. Left leg straightens out and we place it back down again. That's 1, 2, 3. The standing leg is doing a nice bit of work here. 4, And 5. Lovely. Without dropping down, we're going to keep going with the right leg. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Trying to keep our 2 headlamps nice and stable. 4. And 5. And lower down. Let's do a little hedgehog stretch here. Well done. So we're getting ready for our single leg bridges. Just going to rock from side to side here. And circling. And change direction. My little suggestion is maybe when we're doing the single leg bridges, maybe do your weaker side first. Just a suggestion. If you have a marked difference between 2 legs, okay? We're back in our position here. Just make sure your heels are not too close to your bum, okay? So just walk your feet out. You want a little tug on the band. Knees hip width apart, feet hip width apart, feet parallel. We're going to rest our hands down on the floor now for this. We're going to straighten out one knee like so, toe pointed if you can, and we're driving up through our standing legs. Squeeze the bum and lift up. 1 and lower. Nice and slowly, mindfully. 2, squeeze the bum and lower. Especially squeeze the bum of the standing leg. Okay, squeeze and lower. That's 3. 4 and lower. 5 and lower. We can press our hands down into the mat as well to help us get that little bit of extra lift. 6, 7, 8, 2 more. 9, 10, and lower down. Well done. Other side. We're in our leg extension, and we're going to push up, squeeze the bum of the standing leg. 1, 2. Keep a little pull on the band using your 2 knees. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower down, and we're into our hug. Hug it out. Well done, everyone. Oh, you can't beat the old bridges. Hug the 2 knees to your chest and rock from side to side. There's so many muscles working in these sequences. Rocking nice and comfortably from side to side at your own pace. And then we're going to circle. Breathing in and blowing out. Changing direction, breathing in and blowing out. Well done. So we can come up into sitting, have a drink of water, and we're going to grab our cushion to support our neck. We're moving to side lying. Now we're going to slide the mini band down so that's around our lower shins this time. Then find again your sweet spot there. And if you don't want to have a mini band around your legs for any reason at all, you don't have to. The movements on their own actually will be a challenge. So we have the cushion down. We're going to lie our head on the cushion, and we're straight in a nice straight line along the length of our mat, straight like a pencil. Try to avoid having your feet in front of you. If you peek down, your feet should be in line with the rest of your body. Your head as well. Try not to have your head down. You're keeping your head in line with your body. Your chin is off your chest. Because it's Pilates and we're in side lying, I might actually put this underneath arm streamlined as well. If you're comfortable to do so, I think that would probably be the best thing to do. But if you don't like that, you can do your crocodile in front, okay? So we're going to send this top hip down towards our feet. So we're elongating here. We're making the top leg longer. And we're creating a little sense of space underneath our waist here, okay? So we're going to keep that top leg nice and long. And we're lifting it in the air and lowering it back down again. And we don't have to worry too much about not lifting it too high, because the band curtails all of that. We're just lifting and lowering. So we're still in the gluteal area, okay, but we're here at the side rather than at the back. Trying to keep sending our leg longer just before we lift it, so we're not scrunching up our waist here. Just lifting your foot up as high as you can manage. Keeping your 2 knees straight. We'll do 5 more. We're going to hold it up. Might rest our fingertips down in front. We're going to hold that leg up in the air. We're going to bring the underneath leg up to meet it and lower down again. Now just think about this. You're bringing your heel to your heel, not your toes, okay? Not your toes in. Your heel lifts up and lowers down. So really think about the heel of the underneath leg. We'll do 5 more. Keeping the top leg lifted. 3, 2, 1. We'll keep our legs together in the air, and we're going to be walking in the air. 1, 2. 2 knees are straight. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower down. And give our hips a round of applause. Okay. And then we're just going to take our cushion. We're just going to swing around and do that on the other side. Okay. So we're straight like a pencil. Again, our underneath arm, I'm going to send it out in line with my body. See what works for you. We have the cushion in there to support our head in line with our body. And we're staying right on our side, okay? So we don't want to be rolling forwards towards the floor. We're right on our side. We're lengthening our top leg. Our foot can be pointed. We're lengthening here, okay? Creating a gap underneath our waist here. And we're going to lift and lower. Just breathing normally, really, for this, to be honest with you. If you wanted to couple a bit of breath in here, I don't think it's necessary, but if you wanted to, if you're worried about the breathing, you blow out on the lift and you breathe in to come back down again. But what kind of worries me a little bit about that is that it's quite a rapid movement, and you could be kind of hyperventilating a little bit. So I don't think it's all that necessary, to be honest with you. I don't do what I do, actually, because I just noticed I've been lifting like that. You're trying to have your foot pointing forwards, activating those muscles. Breathing normally. You can keep a little bit of awareness on your belly. Pull it in. While you're trying to get into a tight pair of jeans. Keep your chin off your chest. Okay, we'll do 4 more. Holding up. The other leg is going to come up to meet it, but it's the heel meeting the heel, okay? Balance is so interesting. I wasn't able to do this on my other side without holding onto the floor. Just test yourself a little bit to see where you're at. We all have our asymmetries, you know? Our strengths and our weaknesses. Okay, 5 more. Staying up, we're walking in the air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower down. We can bend our knees. Just give the poor glutes a round of applause. Well done, well done, well done. We might roll over onto our back. We can get rid of the mini band actually. We won't need that. We won't need that again. We can roll over onto our back. Why don't we give our glutes a little bit of a stretch out after all of that work? So we're going to do our figure 4. Place one foot on the opposite knee. Give it a little bit of overpressure. See how you're feeling. It might be tighter than usual because we've just literally worked it. So give it a bit of overpressure. If that's enough of a stretch, you can stay with that. And if you're not really feeling it, you can add in the hug. We have a little pillow under our head just to take the pressure off here. Bring in the supporting knee towards its own shoulder. Take a nice breath in here. Blowing out to deepen the stretch. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen. Resting our foot back down again. We're going to swap feet. Opening our knee out in figure 4. Okay. See where you're at with that. If you want to stay with that, you can stay with that. Okay. We're going to add in the hug if you need to. Just depends on how the muscle is burning after the exercise. Okay. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen a little bit. Breathing in. Blowing out to deepen. Breathing in. And blowing out to rest down again. So we'll have a little drink of water. Another little bit to do. Can actually come up into standing. Okay. We're going to do our wall sit. We just need to have a wall. Okay. Sorry, now I'm going very far away from you. We're just to get the wall here. We're going to bring our feet out hip width apart and bring them out a nice bit out in front of the wall. So I'd estimate maybe about a foot, maybe about a foot out. Okay. We can pop our hands on the front of our thighs or on our waist, and we're sliding down the wall. No socks. Okay. We're sitting down as deep as we can manage. We're going to hold it for a while. Try not to hold on to the sink. Don't hold on to anything if you can. If you need to come up, come up. You're just going to stay here. Breathing deeply in and out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. One more time, breathing in. Blowing out. Straighten up, knees. Oh, well done. Give the legs a nice little shake. They're a grand finale. A grand finale. Well done. So we're going to come up onto the ball of our foot here. And let's just loosen things out. Well done. Brilliant calf work, which we're reasonably used to. So that should be okay. Circle around. What I find after class like this, what hurts me afterwards is the thighs. And you think we'd be very strong there, but actually I don't think I am anyway. Change foot. You can see how you feel. We've done a lot of those movements before. We haven't done some of them in a while. So you could very much kind of feel the fronts of your thighs. Just a muscle soreness. Probably not today, but it could be tomorrow or the next day. If you're worried about anything, let me know. You can sometimes have this, what we call DOMS, the delayed onset muscle soreness. We'll bring our feet together. It's nothing to worry about, but you'd know you had done your exercise. But you're all very, very active, and you're also used to doing your classes. And just to say, if you are ever worried about anything, let me know. Even if it's nothing to do with class, just to do with an injury or anything like that. Just bend your knees. We're going to draw our circles. We did work the glutes, the side glutes, and the back glutes quite well as well. So you might kind of be a little bit aware generally of the bum area. Just change direction. We did the inner thighs as well, inside line. We ticked all the boxes, the sides, the outsides, the insides, the front, the back of the legs. Well done. Let's just separate the feet and just do a little side shimmy. That class was actually quite neck friendly. It was quite shoulder friendly as well. Yeah. So I'll add those to those playlists, and it's MiniBand only as well. So kind of ticks a lot of boxes really. Let's do an arm raise. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Blowing out. One more time, breathing in. One more time, blowing out. Give the legs a little shake. And Buddha boss, everyone. Thank you so much. I'm just going to stop the recording there, okay?